Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pitch of Motorcast. This is your host, Dave. I got a special guest, Mike McIntire Sr., driver of the McAttack Nostalgia. Junior, sorry, Mike.
All right.
The McAttack Nostalgia Nitro Funny Car. How's it going, Mike?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good. So you took over driving from your dad, right?
Yeah, in 2014. Yes, that was my first year driving.
So how's that been going for you?
No, real good. We had a lot of success on the IHRA side. Finished number 2 in the points all 3 years that they ran it competitively, and we've had a lot of success.
So since you've been driving the McAttack Funny Car, what's been your fastest ET in that car?
We've gone 5.520 at 260.49.
Now, what's the fastest your dad did in that car?
Oh, yeah, much faster. Yeah, I think the fastest he went was 578 at 250.
So now, have you ran this year at all?
We have not run yet this year. We're looking, with IHRA kind of putting their pro deal on a hold or going away or whatnot. We've kind of been trying to figure out what we're doing, and booked a couple match races and kind of fell through because of weather earlier this year. And then now we're going to this Funny Car Chaos race that Chris Graves is putting on, and I think there's going to be about 24 funny cars entered so far, and we're really looking forward to getting out here in 2 weeks and getting back behind the wheel and working on this thing and doing what we love to do.
Yeah, I saw with the addition of you guys, it's like 11 Nitro cars now.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, I said with the addition of you guys on Funny Car Chaos, that's like 11 Nitro cars right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're looking forward to it. I mean, that's a lot of cars vying for A car A field and A car B field. It's gonna be one heck of a show. If anybody's close, they need to get out there and check the thing out.
Oh yeah, because run what you brung. You can bring whatever funny car you want to bring over there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be real cool. You'll see a lot of different stuff, and there'll probably be some pretty quick times. And I think the track putting up a track record bounty that's I think 366. I know some guys are going to be gunning for that, and it's just going to be a good time all around.
You never know. If you get to the finals, you might be going against the alcohol guy.
Yeah, you never know, right? And those alcohol guys there, on the tree. So it's like you gotta really hop it up when you're running one of them guys because they'll 20 on the tree, and it's just you got to kind of outrun them.
Yeah, the first 2 Funny Car Chaos events they had already was an alcohol guy who won both times, and he's undefeated so far. He hasn't lost one race yet.
Yeah, we're gonna try to change
that. He won't be at this one though. He had a prior engagement, so he won't be at the Illinois one. He'll be at the last one in Texas though.
I didn't know. I didn't get you again.
No, I said he won't be at the next event in Illinois.
Yeah, I'm having a bad connection.
All right. How's that? Any better?
Little bit.
I was saying that guy Ken Singleton, he will not be there at the next event for Funny Car Chaos because of unfortunate. He had another engagement to go to that weekend, so he will not be there.
Oh, okay. Understand.
Yeah, he won't be trying to go undefeated the whole all 4 Funny Car Chaoses. That would have been cool though if he could have won all 4 of them and not lost one race.
Yeah, that would have been quite a feat without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of good guys up. You got Keith Jackson, you got John Hale, you got Barry Young, Baz Young.
Yeah, Baz Young. Yeah. There's definitely some stout cars coming. It's gonna be a heck of a show. I bet we might see the track record fall depending on how the weather is.
Yeah.
So especially we can not like you said, run what you brung. You kind of just anything you wanted to try, whether it be a bigger pump, more overdrive, whatever on our cars, you can kind of try and see what the heck it'll do.
Oh yeah.
So it should be good. Some big header flames, and it's gonna be a good time. Then the following weekend, we're running up in Grand Bend. They're Mopar Nationals. We're gonna run up there for Saturday and Sunday, and I think that's a 4-car field. That's going to be a good time. It's always a great time up in Grand Bend. Now I'm a
So now, as far as you getting into drag racing, your dad was the one that got you into drag racing.
Yeah, he ran with the Mid America Funny Car Circuit, match racing funny cars for about 25 years, and then we kind of went on hold for about 8 years, and then IHRA decided to put together this nostalgia Nitro funny car thing, and we were building an fuel altered at the time, and we got a phone call asking if we'd throw a body on and come run the IHRA deal because it was a booked-in 8-car match race, and yeah, we said why not, and the rest is kind of history. It kind of just, it went from a booked-in deal to a full-blown race, qualified in Heritage Series rules, and it was a great time. We had a blast running that tour. We went everywhere, and we had pretty good success, and it was great. Can't say enough about running that IHRA tour. I mean, they treated us great. Everybody, the racers we raced with, we were like a big family. All the funny car guys, we all got along so good, and it was just a good time.
Yeah, that track up here by us, Great Lakes, that's our IHRA track.
Yeah, IHRA, it's good people,
Yeah,
it's a shame that they lost the program and all that stuff because I mean it was doing real well, and the weather had a big factor into that. I mean, the one year it rained at almost every race, and it's hard to pull crowds in when the weather looks bad. So it was just a kind of a bum deal, and it is what it is. Move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I would like to see the track out here, Great Lakes Drive. I would like to see them get more nostalgia Nitro funny cars over there, because we only get Doc Holliday and Baz Young over there every year. That's it.
Yeah, I see those guys run up there, and it'd be great for them to. It'd be awesome to get a lot of Nitro funny car shows in the area, here in the Midwest or whatnot. There's not really, much happening kind of right now, but it's a work in progress, I guess.
Yeah, cause like the big events at Great Lakes Dragway are the Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend, which is both of those weekends are Baz and Doc. I'd love to see them get a bigger field of funny cars, like get you to come down, and a lot of other guys, like
that'd be great.
The Iowa, like the Iowa Punisher and all them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, those. It'd be great to get a bunch of cars together and have some fun.
Yeah, put on some good Nitro match racing.
Yeah, for sure. There's nothing better,
Yep. So now, how old were you when your dad got you into drag racing?
How old?
How old were you when you got into drag racing from your dad?
He was racing before I was born. I was born in '84, and I kind of grew up at the racetrack, traveling with that Mid America Funny Car Circuit. As long as I could, my first memories being, at the racetrack. So, I mean, I've been around it my whole life, and finally was able to hop in one of these things and had a lot of fun with it. But I've been around it my whole life, around funny cars my whole life, and just kind of what we do.
So, at what age did you start learning how to work on funny cars?
What's that?
What age did you start learning how to work on funny cars?
For the longest time, my job was with the alcohol cars with the Mid America deal. It was just it was late '80s, early '90s, and it was about a 690s, 680s in the quarter mile they'd run, and there wasn't much in between around maintenance like we do now. So it was pretty much bring it back, take the valve covers off, adjust the valves, bring the clutch back in if it needed it, and send it again, fill it up. So my first job around the thing was, wiping out the valve covers and making sure all that was clean, and of course, at home, polishing the wheels and the tires on the trailer and the truck, and all that fun stuff that you hate to do as a kid, but you got to. So, that's pretty much my first thing that I ever did on the car was pretty much clean. You got to start from the bottom up, and that's how we did it. I mean, I've cleaned parts for a lot of years. You got to clean them, mold them, feel them, know what they do, and before you start putting them together.
So you said 2014 you took over the funny car, right? From your dad?
Yeah. I started driving in The year prior, I made a couple laps when we had the altered in 2010. One or two lap bells was my first ride down the drag strip was in that fuel altered. And then from 2013 to 14, right after the 2013 season, I went and got my license. We went to Norwalk, rented a track, and I got my license. And then first race out was in early 2014 out in Tucson. And it was the first year that IHRA made the switch to a full-blown 8-car qualified field with Heritage Series rules. So it was kind of like, got thrown to the sharks. You had the Jason Ruperts and the Tim Boychucks and the John Hales and everybody all there. And, we just kind of went all the way out to Tucson with me driving, and we ended up qualifying for the deal. We got knocked out first round, but 3 races later in Bradenton, we got our first win. And from there, it was just kind of, we were competitive the first year. We finished second in the points. We were very consistent. And then the second year, was kind of our breakout season where we won the first 5 races straight and set the IHRA record, multiple times and joined the 260 club. We're the third member of the 260 club, and that was kind of our breakout season was 2015. And, from there, we've just been plugging away.
Now, who signed off for your license?
Let's see, who signed off for it? I believe John Bojack was one. He's top alcohol. He was a top alcohol driver, and then he went to a Nitro funny car. And trying to think who the second one was. I can't even remember. I think I was just so excited I got my license. I don't even remember who signed it.
Now, let me ask you this: what was it like? Yeah. What was it like to get behind the wheel for the first time of a Nitro funny car?
It's pretty undescribable, David. Being around it my whole life, you kind of get it. You kind of figure, you think you know what it's going to be like. And the first run the first run down the track was in that fuel altered, and it was a big pump, big mag kind of thing, and did the burnout, and it was pretty wild, and backing up, and it's like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then you stage the thing, and you let the clutch out, and you got the brake, and it kind of lugs down, and you creep into the bottom bulb, and I whacked it, and literally as fast as I whacked it, I was off of it. It was like, whoa, what the heck was that? I mean, it was undescribable. It was instant just chaos, and it was just wild, and then you're hooked. You're like, all right, let's get it back and let's do it again. I want to drive it farther, and then farther, and pretty soon you kind of got the hang of it a little bit, I guess, as much as you can in a funny car, and you just go. But yeah, the first time was just unbelievable. I'll never forget it, and it was just wild, to say the least.
Yeah, they dropped that body down on you.
What was that?
I said they dropped the body down on you for the first time.
Yeah, the funny car, I was, for some reason that altered, I didn't like being out in the open air. The funny car, when they dropped the body down, it felt, way more at home. I don't know, it's just, you put it down, they put the body down and everything kind of gets a little quieter from your perspective, and it's just, I don't know. I felt way more at home when they dropped the body in the funny car than I was, out in the open in the altered. But, yeah, there's nothing like it. I mean, just, the rush and, firing it up and them dropping it down, there's just, it's just an excitement you can't describe, it's just wild.
Now, besides your dad being a big inspiration to you, who else has been inspirational to you throughout the years?
I got a pretty long list of guys that have helped and inspirational, and just my number one guy, I don't know if you know who he is, but Bullet Bob Law. I mean, he was like a grandfather, uncle, or whatever to me. I mean, I spent countless days and weeks on the road with him and his wife Kathy because they ran the Mid-America Funny Car Circuit. I was just a little kid, and they had a semi truck. I used to ride with them, and it was always Bullet and my dad running, and at the Mid-America Deal finals, and we always just Bullet was a big inspiration to me, and then more recently, Peter Gallen, and I'm sure you've heard that name. He helped me out a lot with driving, just tips and, advice. And even, on the tuning side of it, I mean, he helped us a bunch when we had to switch to this Heritage Series tune up with the small pump and the small blower. I mean, he helped a ton with us, and can't thank him enough. And you got Bobby and Dom Lagana. I mean, those guys are just about as cool as they get. Running their top fuel car when we were running IHRA, and we kind of just hit it off. And they've been always, Bobby, man, you have a question, you call him, and he's always willing to help anybody out, and he helped out a lot. And those are the guys that have really helped out a lot. Nicky Bonafani, he's another one where you can call, and he helped us get our clutch sorted out when we've had issues. And it's just the list can go on and on, but those are the guys that stand out in my head.
So now, what year and make is the funny car body?
Well, it's the body we run's a 1970 and a half carbon fiber Camaro. It was built by Bob Rossetti at Phony Farm Fabrication, and we used to run that '69 Camaro body, and that was just a fiberglass, kind of like a brick. And by the third season, it was the roof was starting to cave in and everything else on the thing, and so we talked to Bob, and we were pretty good friends with Bob, and told him what we kind of wanted to do. So we went up there with our car, and he had a 120-inch wheelbase 70 Camaro plug that he already had, and we went up there and we cut this thing and kind of made it fit our chassis, and then we left it with him, and he did his magic, and man, that thing came out bitchin'. I love our car. I mean, it's pretty light. It works well. It looks great. Bob does, I think he personally, his opinion, just does the best work in the business when it comes to nostalgia cars. His bodies are bitchin', and he has a true passion for the look of the cars. He wants them to look right, and he wants them to function, and he just does an outstanding job.
So what kind of motor you got in that car?
What was that?
What kind of motor you got under there?
The motor we're running, we have it's a AJ TFX block. It's only 413 cubic inch. We're short stroke, 4187 bore, and because we're set up for the Heritage Deal, we found that worked pretty well for us. So yeah, we're just a small cubic inch motor, and we zing the heck out of it. A lot of RPM, get that pump up and get some fuel in that thing, because that's what they like.
So you got the standard Heritage size pump in there then?
Yeah. Right now for this Chaos deal, we'll probably put a little bit bigger one on just so it's a little happier. So we don't kill a bunch of stuff. But yeah, we'll put a little bit bigger pump on, but most times we're Heritage legal. That's what we know. It's what we have the most logbooks for. We have 3 years of data from all across the country, so that's pretty much the tune-up that we're most comfortable with. But when we get a chance, we like to throw a little bit more fuel at the thing.
So you're looking to get a little bit more bigger header flames at Funny Car Chaos then?
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we have some bigger header flames, some lower ETs, and the motor's real happy. I mean, that's what we're going for. But it all sounds good on paper. We'll see how it works out.
What do you think of like guys like John Lawson and John Haas with those big pumps in there?
Oh man, those cars are, just unbelievable. I saw them run at Martin last year when we were there standing on the starting line, and those things, the header flames are so big. Those, by far, they're just badass. They're fast, they're loud, they got header flames, over the roof. They're just, it's like a big steel car with a cool nostalgia body. What's not there to like about that deal, They put on a great show, and they're great guys, and it's just cool. It's bitchin'.
Oh yeah, the fans love it. So
what was that?
I said the fans love it.
Oh yeah, what's not to love? If you like funny cars, those are probably pretty top tier if you like funny cars.
And those are what you call the Tom Mochi header flames.
Yeah, right. Yeah, same thing, And those guys have always had something good going on. Motree and those guys. They, Mike Stazer and Motree. I remember years back when they were running their alters. We went and saw them before we built the car down at Match Race Mania in Chicago, and You know, it was just big ass header flames and hauling ass, and it's just a cool deal. They've been doing it a long time, and they've been doing it well.
Oh yeah, Tom's an awesome guy.
Yeah, you know, he when we met him years back, he was great. He was very welcoming and would show you anything, tell you anything, and yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody's a great guy in this racer group. I mean, you don't really come across too many bad guys for the most part, and yeah, you know, all a bunch of we're just out here doing what we love to do and try to do it well.
Yeah, that's what I always hear, Mike. The nostalgia, heritage guys are the best people to be around.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're awesome. We got to know a lot of the West Coast guys, you know, running the IHRA deal. We went out to the March meet, I think, last March, and just everybody's cool. I mean, it's one big family. You want to help? Yeah, everybody, you know, wants to help everybody, and you know, have fun after the races. But when you're on the track, you want to kick their ass. So it's all good. Everybody has that understanding and mentality, so it works out real well.
Yeah, then if someone breaks down and some other guy needs a part, you know, the guy will give a part to help the other guy out.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You know, if you got it in your trailer, and you know, you let them. They need it. It's theirs. You know, anything that's in our trailers, you know, welcome to. If somebody needs it, it's theirs. So, just how it goes. It's awesome.
So now, when you take the funny car out, Mike, how many crew members you have, and who are your crew members?
Well, I have, you know, we usually have, you know, 3, 4, 5 guys. Main guy right now is my buddy Matt Taylor. He's been with us for quite a few years now. I think he's almost had me in the car almost every time I ever run down the track, and you know, he lives right around here, so he helps out at the house as much as he can. And you know, we have a guy, Johnny. His name's Johnny Skokin. He used to help my dad back when my dad was running alcohol cars. So I've known him since I was just a 4 or 5 year old kid. And so he does. Excuse me. Matt does right side cylinder head. Johnny does left side, and then I have Jake Slater, and he actually lives in Philadelphia. He used to work at Bonafide Friction, and he does the clutches for us. He yards them in and out between rounds, and then I still do the bottom end. And of course, I have my father, and you know, my mom's there. She, you know, it's a family deal, and I have my wife and my daughter. So it's just we're just a big old happy family, and you know, we have a good time at it.
Now, do you have any sponsors for your car?
You know, our primary sponsor is our business, McAttack Machine. It's a CNC machine shop that we have here, and a couple guys, and that's pretty much how we run it. But yeah, we have Redline Oils on board with us. They help us out quite a bit. And you know, Bonafide Friction, of course, they help out, and Cleveite, and you know, a few other ones. That's really about it. But the primary ones, our deal's all out of pocket, and yeah, you know, a couple of the other ones, the little associate sponsors we have, they help out immensely, and we couldn't do it without them either.
So now, Mike, when you're getting ready to take that car out for a weekend, what goes into preparation to get that car ready?
You know, that thing is, it's apart more than it's together. I mean, I think its natural state is always, you know, with nothing between the frame rails. We're pretty crazy, and I'm pretty anal, I guess you'd call it, about how everything's got to be. I mean, we tear that thing down, crank out of the thing. I check it all, and you know, we go through all the heads. We re-CC. We cut seats if they need cut, and CC them, and you know, mic and depth mic everything, and throw it together and try to make it as perfect as possible. So I mean, that thing is pretty much everything on the car has gone through almost every race, and you know, we always have an ample amount of spares if we got them on hand. You know, a couple sets of heads and another short block and this and that. And yeah, we go through everything with a fine tooth comb and make sure that, you know, everything's right. You know, it's kind of how you got to run it if you want to run well, and that's just kind of how I was taught. You just go through it all, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of time away from the family, but you know what we love to do, and you got to do it to be competitive.
Right. So now, Mike, what are some of your favorite tracks to run on?
You know, my all-time favorite track is Bradenton down in Florida. of course, I got my first win there, and then we went back the second year, and we won that again back to back, and that's where we reset the IHRA record and joined the 260 club. So Bradenton, I have a special place for Bradenton, and the track owner, the old track owner, Alan, he was awesome. I mean, we won that deal the first year, and we were short on crew, and we weren't really, just wild. And he comes over with a case of beer for us, and let us use showers in their private deal at the thing because we were up late, and it was just that place is awesome. Bradenton was great. Also loved Tucson. Tucson was the scenery out there is just so different than here. I love Arizona, and Tucson was always a great place to go. And when it's nasty here, March, we just go out there in March for IHRA. So Tucson was sweet, and I don't really dislike any tracks. They're all great. When you get to run your car, you love them all. But those are the two that really stand out for me as my favorites: Tucson and Bradenton.
Now, do you run only quarter mile, or you do eighth mile too?
Honestly, we've never run eighth mile with our car. It's always been quarter mile. So this is going to be our first eighth mile race. I hope I know where to lift.
Yeah.
So my guys are already busting my chops about it. They're like, you're going to have to lift. You can't drive this thing out the back door at this place. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a different experience. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time. But yeah, we usually run all quarter mile stuff.
Man, well, there's a lot of guys that you can get advice from too, like John Hale. He does a lot of eighth mile out there in Texas and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll be all right.
So now, where do you get all your fire safety equipment from?
Where do I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Simpson suit and everything else. Impact boots, gloves, helmet, all that stuff. So, that's where I've had my suit for quite a while. I actually bought it off of the guy I mentioned earlier, Bob Flaw. He bought it when he was going to get back in the car years ago. It was a nice lightweight one, and he actually sold it to me when he wasn't going to get back in. And I know it was a tough thing for it to do, and he probably wouldn't have sold it if it wasn't to me. But I cherish that thing. I get it restarted when it needs restarted, and get it fixed or whatever. I'll probably never let go of that suit. It means a lot to me.
Now, you mentioned you went to the March meet. Was it last year?
Yes.
What was the experience? What was the experience like with all those other Nitro funny cars out there, man?
I didn't understand you. What did you say again?
I said, how was the experience with all those Nitro funny cars out there in the field out there, man?
Oh yeah, the March meet was. I wanted to go back bad this year because it was just the track's awesome, and having that many Nitro cars of that caliber was just unbelievable. It was a good time. We had a blast while we were out there. Really wanted to win the race, but it didn't work out. But it was the March meet. There's nothing like it. I mean, that many Nitro funny cars in one place at that place. It's just there's nothing that can compare to that. It was a great experience, and I wish we could do it again. It's just so dang far for us. It's just before you even fire the car, you have so much cost to get there. And you got to fly the guys in because they all have regular jobs, and the cost is just ridiculous to get out there. I'd love to do it again, but I don't know if we'll make it back out there.
So now, how long is it going to be for you to get to Central Illinois Dragway?
That's an 8-hour hike for us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We're, Bakersfield's like 32 hours.
Right.
It's a hike, and so it is what it is. We just live on the wrong coast.
So now, throughout your career of drag racing, have you ever been in any accidents or close accidents at all?
Knock on wood, no accidents. There's always a couple close ones where you get, a little crossed up and things shakes and spins the tires and you get close to the wall and this and that. But no, knock on wood, haven't had any real mishaps. So I think the worst thing that happened was pilot chute came over the car you know, they ran the pair before us, and the track guys missed it, and we kind of whacked that thing going through the lights and broke our brand new body. We weren't very happy about it, but I think that's as far as the extent of anything like that's ever happened.
So now, Mike, what would you consider to be some of the milestones of your racing career?
You know, well, you know, winning. We have 6 Ironmen on the mantle, so that was pretty good. And then finishing second all those 3 years in the IHRA points to, you know, Jason Rupert, and that was at the top of the list. And then, you know, joining that 260 club, that was real cool. You know, being the third guy in that club, and I believe that club's closed now. And they send you a jacket and all that cool stuff. So that was pretty wild. And, you know, holding the IHRA record a couple times, and then resetting the NHRA record, I guess, out at the March meet last year. You know, we ran a 54 out there out of the box and kind of surprised everybody and qualified number 1 at the March meet. That was a big one as well.
All right, now I'm going to ask you a few fun questions here before we finish this interview, Mike. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. First fun question. If someone were to give you $200 million to build a brand new drag race track, where would you think about building a new drag race track, and what kind of features would you think about putting into the track?
Where would I put it? Well, if somebody gave me $200 million, I'd probably build a big show team too. So, and I tested on that new track that I'd probably put. It'd have to be. Man, that's a tough question. I honestly probably have to be out somewhere in West Arizona or something, because, you know, the air is so good out there and the scenery is just so cool. It's not what we're used to. So I'd probably put it out there, and I'd run my big show car up and down that track a gazillion times.
Any special features?
Yeah, there'd be well, it doesn't really rain out there, so yeah, I'm thinking here, you know, if it was here, I'd have some kind of tarp system so you can run in the rain. But no, you know, just the normal deal. Showers, grandstands, and that, you know, keep it simple.
All right. Now, do you have any hobbies outside of drag racing, Mike?
You know, we do a little bit of boating. We're right here by Lake Erie, so we do some boating, some tubing and water skiing and stuff like that, some water sports in the summer. And then in the winter, nothing really. I mean, we pretty much live in the shop, working, trying to make money to feed the beast, and work on the race car. You know, that's pretty much about it. I love to hang out with I have a little 2.5-year-old daughter, and love to hang out with her and, you know, play with her and, you know, watch her grow and all that fun stuff.
No fishing?
No, I'm not really a fisher guy. You know, it's funny. My wife, you know, she's never fished ever, and we got a boat, and we've all fished before, but I'd rather, if I'm going on the water, I'd rather just kind of screw off and tube and ski and, you know, just play.
So
fishing's only fun if you're catching too.
so what? Well, you know, it's good to just enjoy the peace and quiet outdoors.
Yeah. It's nice. We love being out on the water. It's a good time.
So how does your 2.5-year-old daughter like drag racing?
What was that?
I said, how does your 2.5-year-old girl like drag racing?
You know, she loves it. She's, you know, unfortunately, we didn't really, the IHRA deal was done, so we haven't been racing all that much, but the ones that she's come to, she's into it, and we have some real good pictures of her at Martin last year. And, you know, every time, if I'm watching something on Facebook or whatever, and she hears a fuel car tackling, she's got to run to my phone and see what it is, you know, watch it, and thinks every car's daddy. So, yeah, I mean, I think she's into it.
So you think maybe a junior dragster in the future, possibly?
You never know. I mean, if she wants to do it, we're going to do it. You know, my wife, she has a couple horses, so they go to the barn and she's riding horses already. She's already done a couple of horse shows with that, and I'd love to get her into some kind of motorsports as well. You know, I used to do road race karting when I was a kid, and even if you want to do something like that, we're for it. I hope she wants to do it all. We'll be broke, but we're going to have fun doing it.
Yeah. So now, Mike, since you've been doing the drag race thing with your dad's funny car, has there been a greatest competitor for you?
Has there been a greatest competitor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason. Well, with me driving, it's been Jason Rupert. He's my nemesis, and we've had some pretty good drag races. Some gone my way, some gone his way. And so you got Roop, and then for some reason, us and Mark Sanders and Jake, we get along real well. It's a family deal over there too. And for some reason, every time we race, I think there's been two or three times that we've had identical EPs. Identical to the thousandth, and it's just wild how you can have that close to races. And once again, he got me on a couple, and I got him on a couple, and it's just all good fun. And then when my old man was driving, it was Peter Gallen was our nemesis. That it seemed like he never beat the dang guy. We'd get to the finals with him. He'd always get us. So yeah, those would probably be the three that stand out. That've been the biggest competitors of ours.
Have you ever raced the Man of War funny car?
The Man of War, Paul Romine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love racing Paul. He's a great dude. That's a great car. Great group of guys over there, and Paul, they're good people.
Oh yeah. So let me see what else I got for you. Oh yeah, if you had a chance to go back in time and do something differently in drag racing, would you do anything differently?
No, I don't think I would. I would be done with it, and funny cars are sweet. Probably wouldn't change a thing, honestly. Maybe a couple calls where we went the wrong way on something and lost around, but yeah, for the most part, I wouldn't change a thing.
All right, now, what's your favorite food to eat?
My favorite food. Let's see. I love tri-tip. Tri-tip is delicious, and probably I have to say pizza. I love pizza.
Yeah, a lot of guys say pizza or steak.
Yeah, I can't. Good call, steak. Those are my three: tri-tip, pizza, and steak.
What's your favorite beverage?
My favorite, it's an ice cold Pepsi out of the can.
Now, you drink alcohol at all?
I do. I do a little bit.
What's your favorite alcohol?
My favorite alcohol beverage would probably be, I don't know, I'm kind of on a Modelo kick right now for some reason.
You like the Mexican beer?
Yeah, when it's hot out, I don't know, it just goes down good.
All right, so what's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time would have to be, I have two. I have Days of Thunder is sweet, and Butterfly Effect for some reason. I don't know.
Tom Cruise and Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah, what a combo,
huh? What's your favorite music to listen to?
I'm a classic rock guy. Love classic rock. That's what's on the XM is classic rock. My guys always bust my chops about because they get sick of it, but can't get past the classic rock. I love it. Listen to it at work. Working on the car. Listening to the racetrack. Just like classic rock.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with some Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. You got to throw some Joplin in there too.
Now, you have a favorite classic rock band?
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I like it all.
All right. Now, when you're at the track, do you eat regularly or you eat very lightly at the track?
Am I what?
When you're at the track, do you eat regularly or you eat lightly?
I eat. Did you say eat?
Yeah. When you're at the track racing, do you eat regularly or you eat very light?
I usually eat light till we're done. My guys, they don't. They take out all the time. But yeah, me personally, I eat light, and then after we're done, we usually my mom, she likes to get a smorgasbord of either taco buffet or something, and she feeds us very well. And we pig out at night usually.
All right. Now, since you've been driving this funny car, do you have a most embarrassing moment?
Oh question again.
I said, since you've been driving this funny car, do you have a most embarrassing moment you can talk about?
Yeah, I missed the last part again.
I said, since you've been behind the wheel of this funny car, do you have a most embarrassing moment?
Oh, most embarrassing moment. Probably. Let's see here. I don't think since I've been driving, I have the most embarrassing moment I can think of, but probably when my dad was still driving, we screwed up pretty big time and hydraulic the thing, and that was pretty embarrassing. On the starting line, just fast, not thinking, and just kind of blew the thing up with the starter, and that was probably by far the most embarrassing moment, and not a fun deal.
So now, what would you consider to be the fondest memory of your whole drag racing career?
The fondest?
Yes, sir.
I'd have to say Bradenton 2015, going out and winning the IHRA event, setting the record, and it was my old man's first race back from open heart surgery. So that was a pretty special deal to do that with him back at the track, getting healthy, and that was a pretty big deal.
Now, if people are listening to the interview and they want to find out where you're going to be at, what's the best way for them to follow? Be the McAttack page on Facebook?
There's a McAttack page on Facebook that when we're running, we update regularly, and I'm not sure if the McAttack Racing website is back up or not, but we used to keep that pretty current when we were running the tour heavily. But that's the best place to find all the results, and what we're doing is definitely on the McAttack Racing Facebook page. Give us a like.
Now, how important do you think it is for kids to come out and watch drag racing these days?
I lost you again.
How important do you think it is for kids to come out and watch drag racing these days?
I think it's extremely important. We got to get the new blood involved in the sport, I mean, if not, it's going to die, and none of us want to see that happen.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see a lot of junior dragsters out there now.
And it's great, and I hope that they stick with it and like it, and want to make the next step, whatever it is, because we need people out there to make the sport go, and as long as there's people wanting to race, we're still going to be doing this. So
now, do you get a lot of kids in the pit that you throw them in the seat of the car in the pits?
Yeah. We if there's kids, if there's families standing out there, we don't put ropes up or none of that stuff, and we invite everybody in that wants to see if at the end of the night we're not jamming, or before we're jamming, kids come in, they want to sit in the car, we'll put them in the car, they get their pictures, and their pit, our pit, their pit, and we try to bring everybody in. It's a family deal, and hopefully kids remember that kind of stuff, and leaves an impression on them.
No, I'm sure it's a memory of a lifetime.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, Mike, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do an interview with me.
Hey, I appreciate it too. It was good talking with you for sure, man.
We'll do another one in the future. Maybe, hopefully, we'll talk about some big wins.
Yeah, hopefully I can. Next time I thought you were talking about that funny car chaos win, and seeing what we're doing next year. So we got things in the works, and we'll talk to you soon for sure.
Sounds good, Mike. Well, thanks again for your time, and you have a great night.
Hey, thank you, Dave.
Okay, bye-bye, Mike.